Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Rig. So is it actually possible to get better fuel economy in a Jeep Wrangler? You know, I went out to the web, I asked this question, looked it up, so you didn't have to. So here's what the web says about getting better fuel economy in a Jeep Wrangler. Right off the bat, it says, yes, it is absolutely possible to get better fuel economy in a Jeep Wrangler. Well, how intriguing is that, right? But, you have to work with and against its boxy aerodynamics. So what, drive in reverse? I don't know. While you will never turn a Wrangler into a hybrid sedan, simple changes to your driving habits, maintenance, and vehicle setup can noticeably increase your miles per gallon. Here is exactly how you can maximize your Jeep's fuel efficiency. And I'll bet you every one of these is no fun. Number one, adjust your driving habits. Like I said, no fun, right? It says slow down on the highways. Drag increases exponentially with speed. Dropping your highway speed from 75 to 65 can improve your fuel economy by up to 10 to 15%. Well, it'll be really good if you get rear-ended and run over because nobody else is driving that speed, right? Accelerate smoothly. Avoid rabbit starts at green lights. This one's doable. I mean, it's not a drag race, right? You are in a Jeep Wrangler. Smooth, gradual acceleration keeps the engine in its original RPM range. Going to be the most fuel efficient, right? Makes sense. Coast to stops. Look ahead and lift your foot off the gas early when approaching a red light. This utilizes the vehicle's momentum instead of burning fuel right up until the braking point. So in other words, you don't want to fly right up to that car that stopped. You're still giving it gas, right? And then hit the brakes. Plus, I would also argue that that's probably going to increase the longevity of your brakes as well, right? So it's kind of a win-win there if you do that. Number two, optimize tire setup and maintenance. Maintain tire pressure. I think we all know this, right? Underinflated tires create massive rolling resistance. Check your tire pressure monthly or after a huge temperature change or a big storm comes through, I think. And keep it at the factory recommended PSI found on your driver's door placard. If you didn't know, right inside your driver's door on that kind of post there or whatever, it tells you where you should have your tires inflated. Now that's assuming, of course, you didn't put the giant gas guzzling heavy, bigger tires on. But even with those, you need to follow what the manufacturer recommends to get the best that you can get, right? Choose all-terrain over mud terrain. Here we go. Like I said, no fun, man. Heavy aggressive mud terrain tires have massive tread blocks that increase friction and weight significantly more. Switching to a lighter, less aggressive, ugly-ass, all-terrain tire instantly reduces drag. Again, there's no fun in that. I mean, you want your Jeep to look mean and aggressive, right? I don't know. Keep tires aligned. Poor wheel alignment forces your engine to work harder to push the vehicle forward, quietly wasting fuel. It's also going to save on the life of your tire, right? I mean, if you're wearing down the edges because you're not aligned properly, it makes sense. So again, it's another win-win, a twofer, if you will. Number three, manage aerodynamics and weight. Remove unused roof racks. Roof racks, roof boxes, and high-lift jack mounts mounted to the exterior disrupt airflow. Remove them when you aren't actively using them for trips. That makes sense, right? The less you haul around, the less your Jeep's going to have to pull, the less it has to haul, the better it's going to get when it comes to fuel economy. Keep the hard top or soft top secure. Driving at highway speeds completely naked, doors off, top down, creates massive aerodynamic turbulence. For long highway road trips, keeping the top zipped up or the hard top on saves fuel. But that's part of the reason you buy a Jeep, isn't it? So that you can go naked? I mean, you want to be able to take off those panels and things and enjoy the open air. Otherwise, I'd say that maybe the money you wasted to get a Jeep that you're not using is offsetting the money you would save by getting better fuel economy, right? Clean out the cargo area. Extra weight kills fuel economy. Remove heavy recovery gear, extra tools, and unnecessary clutter from the back seat when you are just commuting. Well, that makes perfect sense again. I mean, the less weight that you're going to be hauling around, the less hard the Jeep has to work, the better fuel economy it's going to get. But it's funny, I know there's a lot of people out there, a lot of bug out people, right? They like to keep all that maybe emergency equipment and stuff in their Jeep so that in the event of some worldwide catastrophe, or these days, maybe even just localized, you're ready to go. Doesn't make a lot of sense, although I would argue you could put it in a tote or maybe a backpack so that if something like that did happen, all you got to do is grab it and throw it in and go, right? And you can even keep it in your garage or somewhere close to the exit of your home so that it's close, accessible, and ready to go at a moment's notice if you need it. Lastly, number 4, engine care and upgrades. Use premium synthetic oils. Changing your oil on time using high-quality synthetic lubricants in the engine, differentials, and transfer case reduces internal mechanical friction. It's also going to extend rather the lifespan of your Jeep, right? Makes perfect sense. I mean, the less your internals are grinding against everything else, the more efficiently everything's going to work, and your fuel economy is going to go up. Replace the engine air filter. This has to be, other than tire pressures, I think, one of the easiest things that you can do. A clogged air filter restricts airflow, forcing the engine to burn more fuel to maintain power. Inspect it after every dusty road trip. All of these really are pretty much common sense if you think about it, right? The question is, or the challenge, I guess, is whether or not you actually do think about it. You know, I'm a stickler when it comes to things like tire pressure and air filters. I always check that stuff. I check it really pretty regularly, at least probably a couple times a month for the air filter. And for the tire pressure, I always like to keep the screen on the tire pressure monitor setting so that I can see it every time I'm in. And I'll tell you, the reason I do that is not necessarily because of fuel economy. It's more out of fear. Fear of having a flat tire or a leak and getting stranded somewhere. You know, I would think one of the worst things that could happen, let's say you do your mall crawling activity, you go to the grocery store, you load up on a bunch of perishable foods and things, you come out, you've got a flat tire. It's 100 degrees outside in the summer, like it is here right now, I think, and you're gonna lose anything that's sitting in there while you either change that tire or in most cases these days, I think, you wait for a service to come to do it for you. And now you're out a lot more money than probably what you would have saved in fuel economy. I don't know, just one of those things for me. Anyway, leave a comment. Were you aware of these things? I'd be curious to know, and do you follow these recommendations? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.